Hello guys, this is Nogrul with another short video on a build of mine. This is my second build in the Bestiary League. I'm running this in Bestiary Softcore, and it turned out that this is a lot of fun. This is a Reave build that I've created. At the moment I'm running this on Elemental Crit mainly. We're having a tree, which I'm showing you right now, which starts out in the duelist area. I leveled this completely with Cleave and then directly transitioned into Reave on level 20 or so, I think. But I had a Tabula. Was my only leveling gear though, but I had a Tabula. Tabula made it way easier to level on a 6-link, and therefore obviously we were faster and a bit better off. If I would level this without a Tabula, I'd probably go for a Thunder leveling here as well. And we're having we started out on the physical attack damage, picked up some armor evasion and life, went to the attack speed and accuracy. Accuracy was later a big issue on this build, so you definitely should pick up the accuracy wherever you can get it on the way. We got Dervish, we got the dual wield damage as much as we could get some life here, mainly the all resist and a bit of a boost to secondary defenses, and got ambidexterity, which turns out is super useful in the end game of this build. I'm considering getting Blade Barrier later, but this build is already 84, so it's gonna be like a hard grind to get points, and I could decide for going for more survivability as well, because 4.3 is a bit low still. On this build I then went into the right direction first, and I picked up this life, and then went for the swords notes. At the beginning I went for both, then I reset Brutal Blade though, and I decided to go for full crit setup, went for Heartseeker and Quinteros. And even later in the day, in the video, I decided on going for elemental damage. So I picked up Fangs of Frost and I converted 40% to Cold Elemental, and then built in a Rim Sorrow in my build as well to have up to 90% cold conversion, so now my skill mainly does cold damage. We're also picking up Primeval Force for the same reason, and we have let's see, do I have any other elemental perks? No. After picking up all of the right side, you begin to go here, and you will likely have some survivability issues, so the best thing is to pick up Constitution and some more life nodes here first. And once you got this, you go here, get even more life, get some more accuracy rating, and it is really important to pick that up, not only for the additional dexterity and intelligence stats you get, but also for the accuracy rating that you really need on this build. And you'll have some melee attack speed, you'll have some more increased physical damage, when to get a bit more life and all res, and the all res really helps you to have not so high needs in terms of endgame gear right away. And then you go for Disemboweling over melee crit strike and multi, and then Disemboweling. So you have your full crit setup, you have your life wherever you can pick it up, and you have your elemental. That leads now to the following situation. I have picked up Rim Sorrow. Let me go to this. To here, where I picked up Rim Sorrow. We have therefore 90% cold conversion. That means on my skill at the moment I'm doing most of my damage as cold damage. Some as fire damage though, since we are using a self-crafted Elder Foil. Invested around 300 alterations and maybe some 10 regals or so into crafting this myself. It's not optimal yet, but it's quite decent. We have a high attack speed, we have a high physical damage, and that's the most important. And a bit of fire damage that we get additionally does also scale with our elemental damage, which helps a bit. Then optimally we would have 2 diamond rings. At the moment it's only 1 though, since we still need that 2 stone ring for capping the reses and having some additional stats as well. I might swap that out at some point soon though. At the moment we're still using a Holy Chainmail for a 6-link. I would like to use a better 6-link obviously. Best in slot would probably be a Belly of the Beast here, but that is around 8 or 9 exalted and I cannot afford that yet. Then we have a Stygian Vice, which is pretty nice at the beginning of the league, and we have also Brimstone Trail Goliath Greaves, which give us an additional movement speed if you haven't been attacked recently, and that is pretty good. The enchant as well, but I'm aiming to get a Leech enchant at some point. Would be just a bit nicer. And then we have a Starkonias with a Reave damage enchant. That is probably the most expensive on the build so far. It costed me like 100 chaos, I think. Pretty much exactly 100 chaos. Because it's a well-rolled Sarkonias and it has the 40% increased Reave damage. And that is kinda hard to get. But we need Sarkonias because we need the crit, mainly. Rat's Nest would be considerable as well. Or you go for Light Poacher with 2 Abyssal Sockets. That would work as well. And then you have Viper Spell Royal Scepter. That's another one that I self-crafted. That was maybe like 100 alterations or something. And I crafted it on 23% of physical damage as extra fire. And we got 6% elemental penetration as well as some crit multi. So that's pretty much what we needed from that. Got an amulet mainly to give us a bit more crit multi, life and resist. And some attributes that we needed. And that is all ending up on one of the coolest builds that I ever had. At the moment it is on 75k damage. As you can see here, we're using Hatred and Herald of Ice. For the skill setups, we have Hatred and Blood Rage in here, not linked to anything. We have Curse on hit, Herald of Ice with Assassin's Mark. So the explosions of our Herald of Ice also apply Assassin's Mark. And then we're using for movement Whirling Blades, which is super fast since to the attack speed of our foil obviously. We could Whirling Blade alongside like all day. Our setup for that is Fortify, Blood Magic, faster attacks and Whirling Blades. So that makes it so that the Whirling Blades only consumes life instead of mana, and that means the mana won't go down as easily. And as you can see, my life regen is good enough to easily just regen that out in a millisecond. That's no problem. We can move all day, we can never use up our life for this. Then we have Minion Life Ice Golem, so the Ice Golem sustained is just a bit better, and the Ice Golem gives us additional crit and also accuracy rating, so it's really the best golem you can choose for this build. We have an Ancestral Protector with Culling Strike for 2 reasons. Culling Strike obviously to make bossing easier, and for the other part, the Protector itself does some damage, 23k here. And it also gives us a ton of attack speed, so if we're in range of the Protector, you see my DPS goes up from 75 to 90k. And that is because we're attacking this fast usually already, but with Protector we're attacking this fast, that's even faster. So that's gonna help us a lot. And then we have a cast 1 damage taking Immortal called Vortex, and we're having Val Reave in here just to get the Val Reave stacks to make it have 8 stacks and therefore a greater range. And then for the main setup we have Reave, elemental damage with attacks, Ruthless, multi-strike, melee fizz and increased critical strikes. Now all in all, told you enough about the build. Since we're attacking with Reave only with the foil, the attack damage of our Royal Scepter is irrelevant, so it's like the perfect stat stick. And let me show you something, let me show you like any map for the people on YouTube so you guys can see what I'm doing right now. It's from Volcano. I don't even know if that's dangerous for me or not at the moment. Power Charge, inhabited by ghosts, that's fine. It's a tier 4 map. This build is at the moment level 84. It will probably be pushed until level 90. I'm pretty hyped by the build at the moment. I really enjoy it. Playing this build gives me a lot of fun. And I hope I can show you why right now. So this build blows up shit really fucking fast. You can jump around all day and you can flash farm maps so fast, way faster than most of my other builds. Sometimes I run into the issue of not having enough mana at the moment. I tried solving that by using the curse setup, but especially when I'm up against solo targets, you see I'm by fastly attacking, using up my mana very fast. That means it's pretty hard for me to obtain my pool, and I will probably get some more mana leash at some point. At the moment that is like one of the uncomfortable things about the build, like one of the very little uncomfortable things. That is when we use Val Reach then, and now you can see like what the total range is of the build. And as you can see, all we're doing is mostly elemental damage, so basically we're shattering all the time. And those shatters all apply our curse as well. So as you can see, it's super fast, super nice for mapping. You'll have a lot of fun with Reave this way. There's probably ways to make it a bit better, like applying bleed with it, or running like a better 6-link setup or anything, or just leaving the elemental part away and just running fist crit or so. There's probably better ways, but I just really fucking enjoy the Herald of Ice / Hatred, cold explosion thingies, and making it all like a bit of a cold themed build. So if you guys are into that as well, just for a small part or whatever, should definitely try and check this out. We're also having all 3 sorts of charges, which is really cool. We're getting the power charges from Assassin's Mark, making our crit a bit better. And I don't know what else they do. Cast speed? I don't know. And we also have endurance charges and frenzy charges from the Gladiator Ascendancy. We're running on Gladiator because we get a lot of block, which is a nice secondary defense. We also get damage from blocking stuff, which is nice for a Reave build because we jump in all the time, we get some hits every now and then, and if they then get blocked, we get additional damage. As you can see right now, we don't have any block things up, but right now if I get some hits, there we have 2 instances of block damage right now up here, and that increases my damage then, and that is really good. Like, this is only a tier 4 map, obviously we don't catch as many hits right here, but if we would, that would boost our damage. And also we have frenzy and endurance charges for this, and especially the frenzy charges is so fun because as you can see, my attack speed is ridiculous on this build, and that is really just the fun part about it. You can dash around all the time, kill everything super quickly with your Reave that has a super good clear, and even the boss damage, that is the boss of this map here, as you can see, even the boss damage is quite fucking decent. Like, it's really fast for bossing even. It's not good for being a labbing or what is it called, a Zeri build or something, but it's good enough definitely to make all your maps happening, and probably being able to farm Elder Red or so at some point. So as you can see at the moment, my full damage, as I showed already, if I activate everything, is around 100k. Sometimes a bit better depending on how many stacks I get on my Reave, if I activate Val Reave as well. And if we get, for example, some block damage, then we end up on up to 150k at the moment. And I hope I can boost that even to the point where it's around 200, 250, maybe 300k. The build I was following said it's technically possible to get to what, like 20 million Shaper DPS if you do it exactly like he did. I did not do it exactly like he did, and I will probably never have these amazing items that he put in there in Pauper building. So I'm pretty good with 200, 300k or like 500,000 in the end. And if I reach that on level 90, that would be pretty hype, and I'd probably go even a bit further with this build then. So for you guys on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed this. This is my actual Reave build at the moment that I'm playing. You can watch me play this build almost daily on Twitch TV/Nogrul. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you soon. Peace.